record that. So on last week, I sent you a video. Let me pull that announcement up, and then I'll discuss that for a second. So I sent you a link to a video last week here. It was a video dealing with the concept of recrystallization or the skill of recrystallization, and also had a quiz for that you had to take. It was located here in tests and exams, I think, somewhere like that. But anyway, so what I've done while we're still trying to get things together on the ground is, and we finally got our Labster license up and running. And so what I've done is I've uploaded, and rather than you having to go and dig up something at Labster, you still might have to set an account up, but it's all free. We already have the thing set up. So what I've done is I have uploaded the Labster simulations that you're gonna have to complete, and this will be in addition to anything that we do on the ground. Because my hope is that within the next few weeks, we'll go ahead and start that aspirin synthesis. And again, we're gonna have only 5 to 6 people in the actual physical space. So everything else will be streamed out. Did you all get a chance to I know I got one, I think it was from this section, one person that sent me a list of names for a group, but I haven't heard from anybody else regarding your groups. And I need that. I need the information. I can group you up myself, but it's gonna be totally random. So I'd much rather you do it, and that way everybody will be comfortable with who's going to come and represent a particular group when we work on the ground. So
when do our groups need to be established?
ASAP. Yeah, I need that information ASAP, because that way I'll know how many groups there are for one. Like right now we got 43 people in here. I think there's like 48, 49 people in the lab. So ideally, if we have 49 people, I would say you could work in larger groups, simply because normally I'll do like groups of 4, no more than 4. But I would permit us to work in groups of 5, which is not a problem, because we're only going to have one person like from each group. So that would bring the number up to about 8 people in the lab, and 9 include myself. Or we can increase the group size, because my thing is to keep the number of actual people that are in the physical space as low as possible, so we can distance and all that. So yeah, I would prefer that you get those group names or to me ASAP, like as soon as you can. Go ahead. I saw somebody with their hand raised.
Yes, that's me.
Go ahead.
A simple question, really. For those of us who have been moved to the other section of your class due to schedule conflicts, are we still allowed to stay in the same group that we were as a result of taking remote learning, or do we need to move to another group?
That's a good question. So you officially, which class are you enrolled in? Are you enrolled in section 1 or section 2?
Officially, I'm in section 1.
Okay, so you can stay where you are. If you're virtual and I'm streaming on Zoom and you get the link for section 1, you can just log in and stream with the rest of your group members. That's fine. There's no problem.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
Yeah. And again, with the class being a hybrid course, I'm trying to be as accommodating as possible under the circumstances, because I do realize that there's a whole bunch of it's just a mess, just to be honest. So I'm trying to be very accommodating and not overly strict about how we do things. The only thing I'm going to be strict about is how many people can actually come in their lab. Because I don't even know. They were supposed to put up partitions or something in there. I don't even know if they've done that, but I'm not going to worry about it. But the Labster assignments are here, and you're going to have to complete all of them, regardless of how many on-ground labs we do. I do want to do the aspirin synthesis. I do want to do the recrystallization and the spectroscopy part, the NMR. So with those three things being the planned labs for on ground, uh, the goal is to make sure you get a well-rounded experience. So in addition to that, these are the excuse me, the Labster simulations that you're gonna have to complete. And this is for everybody, whether you're virtual, whether you're on ground, it doesn't matter. Everybody's gonna. This is gonna count as a part of your grade for Labster. Now, when you're going through the simulations, I'm probably gonna upload a rubric for you to fill out for each simulation, and that's how you'll get graded. Um, that way, it won't be any type of misunderstanding about what's due. The simulation itself, you need to finish, complete it 100%, and then you'll fill out the rubric from that simulation. And each simulation has its own questions too. So you'll fill out those questions, and then once you register for Labster and put the section number and all that stuff in, then I'll have a record of what you did. But I'm also going to create a short rubric for each simulation, so that you'll have, like, first of all, it'll be proof that you completed it, and then second of all, that'll also be a part of the grade, because it's just no way to physically accommodate 50 students and try to do social distancing and all that stuff at the same time. There should have been a cap on the enrollment from the jump, but that's another story. Hold up, I got a question in the chat. I think it's through the website. Let me see where this link takes us. So let's do that. That's a good question. So I think if you click so if you click the link, it'll take you directly to Labster. So there may not be a registration portion.
No, it's straight through Blackboard.
I think so. It looks like it, which is great. Now I'm not certain about what the grading and all. Let's just wait for it to load up, and y'all can eat a sandwich or something while it's loading, because my computer is a dinosaur. It's slow as molasses. So, but we'll while this loads up, I'm going to see what this chemistry safety one looks like. Let's see what's here. Come on now, stop playing. Yeah, but I think it'll take you directly. See, we have okay, great. So all this is already in here. Perfect. So all you will have to do, because it basically just copied, once I imported it, it just copied all my information into Labster. So when you finish, there definitely will be like a grade book that I can log in and look at. So we're going to use that in addition to the rubrics for each one of these exercises. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Maya, for doing that. All right, so you can go directly to Labster straight from Blackboard. You don't have to create an account because it's already set up, which is perfect. And then I think as you go through the simulation, it'll track your progress. And once you get to 100%, then it'll give you a little exam at the end, like a little quiz. Now that part, I'm not gonna be like so strenuous about. If you make like a 10 out of 40 or something like that, I'm not gonna give you an F for the simulation, but you do need to finish it. All right, let's see what happened. Okay, so start.
Hi there.
Perfect.
Welcome to the chemistry safety simulation.
That's perfect.
Here you will learn how to safely work with dangerous chemicals. Are you ready to learn these skills to save a life?
Perfect. So yeah, so you can go directly, and it's probably gonna be somewhere in here where you have to. You can see right here, it's out of 100 and close. It was out of 130 points, and then there'll probably be somewhere in that simulation where you have to fill out who you are or whatever, so it'll know like who to give the points to. But all of these are going to be required. Like you got to go through each one of them. Yeah. So are there any questions about that? And they're right here. So it's tests and exams, assignments, Labster, and this Labster simulation link right here. That's where you're gonna find those. All right. Any questions?
Does this have a due date, like the first one, or anything for Labster?
I should probably, y'all like due dates. I should probably put due dates on here, but let me think about how I want to
You don't
structure those.
You don't have to.
Yeah, let me think about how to structure that. Because I really, the goal is not to put pressure. The goal is to give you a good experience. So
Okay.
as long as my suggestion would be because I'm going to tell you, like, if we're going to meet physically and it'll be one person from each group, something like that, you're going to get a announcement the day before and a video prior to coming. Hey, this is what we're doing, blah, blah, blah. You need to be in Armstrong at such and such time. And, it'll give me time to set up, to stream and all that stuff. So what I'll do is I'll announce, okay, do this Labster simulation, do it. But you're definitely going to have to do each one of them. So rather than me putting a due date, I'll just send an announcement out each week about what to do. But yeah, but at the end of the day, each one of these has to be completed. That's a good question, though. I just don't. I don't know. I'm not a due date type person. I just don't like doing that. But I'll do it just for the sake of continuity and to keep order. I'll do it. All right. Any other questions about anything?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So I remember you saying that we had to do something before the Labster, like to get our points. What do we have to do for that?
No, you don't have to do that now because it's built into Blackboard.
Oh, okay.
You would have had to register for Labster so that they can put your name in the course that I'm listed for. But the fact that I uploaded it to Blackboard, Labster just basically collaborated with our Blackboard. And so now everything you do will be recorded anyway.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. We got it. Another question in the chat box. Okay, yeah, okay. All right. Any questions about anything? So what I'm going to do, each one of these, I'm going to build like a little rubric for it, and that way you'll have you'll complete that as well as whatever the actual simulation asks you to complete. And yeah, I think we're gonna make the best out of what we got. We got chicken crap right now, but we're gonna make chicken salad out of it, and yeah, make it work. Any questions about anything? Is everybody settled? No more section changes and all that stuff. We good on that?
We're good.
Perfect.
We're good.
All right. So and the other part, I think that was who was that asked about the notes at the beginning? Can't remember. Let me look at these names.
That was me.
Yeah. So as far as that is concerned, when we do the on-ground labs and we stream it out, that's when you'll be taking notes in your lab notebook. And again, you don't have to have a composition book this go around because, I mean, we all up in the air anyway, but you will have to format your notes based on what's in the syllabus, like based on the format that's already laid out in the syllabus. But that'll be when we go in and do that first synthesis lab. All right. Any other questions about anything? Oh, let me ask this question too. Did everybody who's logged in right now, did you take the survey that I sent out about your location, whether you're on campus or virtual?
Yes, I did.
I need everybody to take that.
Yes.
That'll help me to so then I don't have to guess about who's in what group and who's virtual and who's not. So I need you to take that. I need you to take that survey like ASAP if you haven't taken it.
Where's that located?
Let me just if you go into your announcements on Blackboard, it was like the first thing I sent out. Let me what I'll do is I'll resend the announcement. Where is that? Let me see the date. That's 2019. Right here. Let me copy this and paste it in a new announcement. It's coming up. I'm just gonna copy the survey part. And I'm gonna send this out in a new announcement. So anybody who hasn't taken this, take it like ASAP. It's only like 5 or 6 questions. And that'll help me tremendously when it comes to knowing who to pick out of each group, you know, to work on ground. That'll help a lot. All right. Any other questions? Okay. So we're going to stop here. So for today, you need to go through this first simulation, the chem safety simulation. And you can do it at any point today. It doesn't matter as long as it's done before next week.
I did have a question.
Okay, never mind. All right. So make sure you go through that chemistry safety simulation, and it's at the end it's going to give you like a certificate of completion and all that stuff. And what I think I may do instead of doing a rubric for that, I'm going to add an assignment link to it, and then that way you can just take a screenshot of your completion certificate and just upload it. That'll be easier.
Dr. Russell, can the
yes.
simulations, can they be paused and resumed, or do they have to be completed in one sitting?
Hold up once. I can't hear you.
Do the simulations have to be completed in one sitting, or can we like?
I think you can stop and start. I'm not sure about that. I think you can like start it and then take a break and start it back. I think you can.
Okay, thank you.
Because it does track your progress. Like if your computer crashes or something like that, I think if you log back in, it'll put you back to where you were. Yep.
Dr. Russell, I just have a question again about the groups.
Okay.
How many people and how many people do you want like to be on campus?
Well, it's not about how many people I want on campus. It's so if the group is, let's say we got 45 students and we do 6 people per group, that's going to be 9 people in the lab, like 1 person from each group. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So each group is only going to send 1 representative to the lab to actually go through an experiment when we're working on the ground. Everybody else will have to be streaming, and you're going to have to be logged in at the same time that the lab is going on. So I'm looking at right now, it says 46. I don't know if that's counting me or not. I think that's counting me. So we got 45 people logged in. So I would say if we do 9 groups, that'll be 6 people per group.
Okay, thank you.
And that'll save that'll help us. If we got 9 groups with 6 people per group, that means when we come in the lab, we're gonna have 10 people in the lab, including myself. So not 1 person from each group and then myself. And if you're on ground and you want to come and swap out with whoever like the representative is for that particular day, then that's fine. We could do that too. Because I understand that some people are kinesthetic learners. They got to touch and feel and do stuff with their hands. So I'll have no problem with that. But we'll make a decision about who's coming and who's going to represent the group. I'm going to leave that up to the group. But if I pick a person and then somebody else says, well, no, I want to come, I don't have a problem with that.
I had a question. So Does it matter if on Blackboard we're logged into the Wednesday section or the Tuesday section? Like on Blackboard.
What's on your schedule?
It says Wednesday.
So you're logged in. You're registered for the Wednesday section.
Mm-hmm. But that doesn't fit my schedule, so I switched to the Tuesday section. But
Yeah, we need to talk after this, because if you're registered for Wednesday, then that's the section that you need to work in, because you're not gonna be able to access Blackboard for section 1 if you logged in if you're registered for section 2.
yeah, because I was wondering where the thing that you just talked about, if you're virtual or not, I was wondering where that was and I couldn't find that.
Yeah. So are you on ground? Are you virtual or are you on ground?
Virtual.
Okay. Yeah. Shoot me an email after this, and we'll see if we can get it straightened out.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Anybody else have any questions? Okay. So I'm gonna end this meeting. I did record it. I'll upload the video to Blackboard, just in case you have a question or you want to go back and rewind something to see what I said. I'll upload the meeting, and I sent you guys a link to this playlist for this class too. So make sure you find that and save it somewhere, because any videos that we do, even when we stream, like when we're working on ground and streaming, that'll be recorded too. So make sure you take advantage of that. All right. And no other questions? All right. So I'm gonna end the meeting now. I'll look forward to, once your groups are organized, whoever you elect to send me the names, just do that, and we'll just go from there. All right.
Well, you take care, Dr. Russell. Thank you for your
Okay.
time.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all.
Okay, stay safe.
All right. Do the same.